Anybody think about putting in a chrono?
Welcome back to the arcade. Today we're going to once again focus our attention on the RAM cards for Gorf. Welcome back to the arcade. Well, we got the first Gorf RAM card fixed. Can we fix the second one? Welcome back to the arcade. Today we're going to do something a little different, but it's still in a way arcade related. I've been looking on eBay for some certain items, and one came up and I decided to take a chance on it. So I bid on it and I got it, and the bid was $86.55. But the kicker was they wanted $31 for shipping. And with tax, it all came to $122.74. And the item is unknown condition. So I don't know if it's even going to be worth my while to mess with. But let's open it up and see what it is. Now, this is the way it came. It came FedEx. And as you can see, this is the bottom of the box. And this, they didn't use very good packing tape on it. So hopefully, I see packing peanuts in there, so hopefully it's supposed to be in there, what's in there. So I haven't opened it up yet, so we'll discover together whether it is or not. Dun 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 dun. A Bally computer system. So this is one of the original first. When they called it the Bally computer system, this was the one that you could only get it through mail order, and this is the one that was released in 1977, but it was delayed to 1978. This system right here, back in the day, a buddy of mine had one, and he loved the thing. Of course, if you don't know already, since it's Bally, this is the base system that the arcade games like the rack system, Bally Midway, like Gorf, Wizard of War, Robbie Roto, and all those type games are based. The hardware in this is pretty much identical to what's in the arcade game, although it's kind of a scaled down version. Or maybe the arcade game is a scaled up version. Welcome back to the arcade. Well, as you can see before me, I have a monitor tube sitting on the table. All I wanted to do was fix this monitor, which came out of my Donkey Kong Jr. cocktail, so I could use it to test a Nintendo board. It's been a good 15 years now. The game has been out of my garage in storage, kind of back in the back, covered up with a bunch of stuff. So this past summer I dug it out, and the last time when I put it out there, it was working. So I plugged it up, turned it on. The game booted up, but the monitor had what I thought was vertical collapse. Okay, well, I've kind of made a decision about this yoke. I put out some feelers on Facebook and the Killer List of Video Games message board. They have a wanted section, but I got a bad feeling that it's going to be very hard to find this yoke. So I thought about it's going to have to be replaced if it can't be fixed. And it's not going to get it fixed if I don't tear it down. So it's going to be hard getting all this epoxy loose. But it does have the little clips right here that holds the two-piece ferrite core that the vertical winding is wrapped around. So that's the ferrite core is in two pieces. And this one side is one half of the vertical deflection coil, and the other side is the other half. And you take these little clips off of both sides, and it'll come apart. Okay. Wow. How do they do that? Okay, well, it's the next day, and I've been looking these two horizontal coils over real close, and I can't find a single break anywhere on them. So the break must be internal because, you know, it's so thick, this wire is hidden on the inside. There are quite a bit of corrosion here. As you can see, it's kind of greenish looking. It's a few places. That's one of them right there. And that corresponds to the glue, where the glue is on the inside here. So I believe that corrosion is caused by the glue they used. Welcome back to the arcade, and yes, we're still working on the Sharp XM-1801N monitor, which is commonly found in a red tint, but this one happened to be in my Donkey Kong Jr. cocktail. This is about the monitor. So anyway, the monitor has a beautiful picture. It's full screen, looks good. I'm happy with it. So another shout out to Robert for sending me the yoke, and he's a local collector. And I got in touch with him, and he told me that he thought this yoke came off of a television. So it's not an arcade yoke, but it seems to work fine. So thank you again, Robert. I appreciate it. Thanks to you, my Donkey Kong cocktail will be up and running again shortly. Welcome back to the arcade. As you can see, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time is still going strong. If you haven't seen that video where I replaced the volume pot on the board and got the sound working again, be sure to check that out. But this video is not about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time. And it's not about the Gorf RAM cards, which I'm currently still waiting for some DRAM to show up. So that's on hold. So until then, I thought we would do something a little different here. So let me get set up here and show you what I got. Well, last October, I was looking through eBay, and I found this auction for a game board, and it had a buy it now price on it. I forget the exact buy it now price, but it was a pretty good price. But it was one of them deals where the board was untested, so it was unknown if it worked. According to the pictures, it looked fairly good. It looked complete, but you know, it's hard to tell by looking at a few pictures. So anyway, I said, well, I'll just keep an eye on it. And a week or so later, eBay sent me a little notification. Want to know if I was still interested in the board that the seller had offered a discount on it. And I think it might have been something like a 20% discount. I don't remember exactly. It was last October, and this, of course, is the middle of January. So anyway, it turns out with the discount, the buy it now price was $89.99. So I decided to take a chance on it, and it was $17.69 for shipping and $5.40 for state of Virginia tax. You know, they got to get that tax. So this board ended up costing me a total of $113.08. Okay, well, it's time to clean these boards up. I was debating on whether to use vinegar and distilled water or just simple green, or to go ahead and use the Works toilet bowl cleaner. Welcome back to the arcade. Today we're going to start the next installment of fixing this Popeye board, and decided I'm going to start with the CPU board here. So we're going to remove the sockets. right, we're back. I'd like to give a shout out to Ed at Great Plains Electronics. I got my 28 pin IC twin leaf dual wipe sockets in. Great Plains Electronics. And so we're going to go ahead and start with the CPU board. And I'm going to start with the 16 pin sockets. Welcome back to the arcade. Well, this is the video that I've been waiting for. I don't know about all of y'all, but we got both the boards finished, the new sockets on, the boards have been cleaned, they're ready for have the IC chips reinstalled, and we can put the board together and fire it up, cross the fingers, and hope it's going to work. Well, here's the latest update on the Popeye board. I got doing some checking with my logic probe here, and I figured I'd start with the CPU, the Z80. Okay, well, I'm back and I've done a little more research, and I did find out that when you have the board set on free play, it doesn't have a track mode. It just puts it on the static screen for, you know, starting the game, and I think it gives, I forget now, but it gives you automatically so many credits. I think it might be 99 or something like that. I don't know. I might not remember exactly right, but I know it gave you a lot of credits on free play. Well, welcome back to the arcade. At the end of the last video, if you watched it, and for those who didn't, we've been working on this Popeye board, trying to get it to work, and it seems like that we finally got it working 100% with one small problem. The video is inverted. As you can see, Donkey Kong Jr. is up and running, and this is my double Donkey Kong board. With adding the 5 volts to the power supply, or to the jammer harness, the board now works. Now, there was a couple problems, there still is. First problem is, had the ribbon cables here, the connectors were dirty. So I wiggled them and got the game working. So I went ahead and pulled both of the ribbon cables and used my deoxit. Well, welcome back to the arcade and back to another arcade fix. Yes, you're looking at the Popeye board again, and some of you are probably getting tired of the Popeye board, but this should finish it up. Now that we got the board working, what I did was I went ahead and put in an order at High Score Saves. And here it is right here. I haven't opened it yet. And this is a high score kit for the Popeye board. Well, welcome back to the arcade. Welcome back to the arcade. Well, in the last video, I fixed the remote battery problem and got that squared away. So I figured I'd go ahead and just show a little bit about what little maintenance I need to do to this. It was displaying a credit dot, which means it has some type of problem.
Be the captain of the Starship Enterprise. Welcome aboard, Captain.
Welcome back to the arcade. Today we're going to be talking about vector games, and specifically Star Trek, which is a Sega vector game based on the Sega G80 card rack system.
Be the captain of the Starship Enterprise. Welcome aboard, Captain.
Welcome back to the arcade. In my last video, I tested two sets of Star Trek G80 boards. That one came out of my cockpit, one came out of my upright, and I was using my multi-game G80 conversion Star Trek, the harness and basically the wiring harness in the cabinet to test them on this spare card cage here. So a couple of my viewers, they were interested in me troubleshooting some of the boards. We came up with one CPU board that was bad, and two of the universal sound boards have problems. So I thought, well, since I already got the rig set up, let me go ahead and see what I can do. So I decided to start with the CPU board. Since the CPU board does fire up and runs fine in a track mode, we found out in the last video that when you go to start a game, it actually locks up and throws wild vectors at the monitor, and I avoided a catastrophe from blowing up the monitor when one of the deflection fuses blew instead of blowing components on the board. Welcome back to the arcade. Yes, we're visiting Gorf again. If you watched the last video, we fixed the cold solder joint on the optical joystick and got Gorf behaving again like it's supposed to. But I didn't notice it until post-editing, and one of the viewers noticed it and wrote in the comments. I'm happy that at least somebody is watching the videos. So keep on commenting. Anything you see, let me know. But anyway, the space rank lights over here, when I had it in test mode, one of them was out. So welcome back to the arcade. Today we're going to be doing something a little different, although it is arcade related in a way. In this box here I got a new piece of test equipment, but this is the kit version. You can buy it two ways. You can buy it fully assembled and ready to test, or you can buy it in the kit and put it together yourself. This of course is the Neolock Inquisitor, the Inquisitor IC testing system.
First will be radio, always. First will be radio, always.
Welcome back to the arcade. Yep, I just can't stay away from eBay. Another eBay purchase. It's got stickers all over it. Special handling. Fragile. Must be Italian. Yeah, okay. Welcome back to the arcade. Okay, well, so far I've been pretty lucky. 2 out of the 3 custom chips have proven to be good. And as Meatloaf states, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I'd like to make it 3 out of 3, so we have this 1 chip left to test. Welcome back to the arcade. Well, I had planned on working on the Star Wars, but I got sidetracked with the Astrocade I bought off eBay in the last 2 videos, part 1 and part 2, where we were testing the custom chips. And if you watch those videos, we found out that all 3 custom chips were good. Well, welcome back to the arcade. Today I got a package in the mail, and I thought I would go ahead and open it up on camera. And this is pertaining to a couple different projects coming up shortly. So I just thought I might give you a heads up as to what I have planned. Just a couple of the things. So what's in this box is one thing that I purchased. I bought it on eBay, and something else is supposed to be in here, which the seller contacted me because he's seen one of my videos, and he had something that I thought I might be interested in checking out and seeing if we could get it going for him. So kind of excited about it because I've always been curious about it. So let me go ahead and open the box, and I'll show you what's in the box. Welcome back to the arcade. I figured that since the last video we got that game board working and we found a simple fix. It was just cold solder joints on the header pins. We had one more game board left to fix. So I figured since we had everything out, why not? Let's go ahead and see if we can fix it. Alright, I put this board in, and it's displaying the same problem it had the last time I tried it. As you can see, it's got a line of sparklies, I call them, on the left-hand side of the screen. Anytime you have the black background with the star field, you have them. Sometimes they're not quite as much like right now, and then sometimes they get a little heavier.
Force will be with you, always.
Welcome back to the arcade. Well, today's the day. And this box is a Star Wars board set. I bought this almost 3 years ago. As a matter of fact, the expected delivery date on the postage tag here is October 31st, 2018. Welcome back to the arcade. Well, I know a lot of people have been waiting for my videos on the Bally Midway test cards, where you can test the pattern board and the RAM cards for the games like Gorf and Wizard of War and all the others. But before I can set that up, I have to figure out how to set it up. And one thing you need is you got to have a card cage.
First will be with you, always.
Welcome back to the arcade. Yes, it's that time. I'm going to finally tackle the bad pattern boards. Well, I've taken all the data that I collected from checking each pin of each chip with the logic probe, and I transferred it to the schematic, and so here it is, the finished product. Is this going to help us? I don't know, but let's see if we can analyze it a little bit here. Welcome back to the arcade. Today we're going to try to repair this Gorf RGB interface board that I got about a week or so ago, and it appeared to be damaged in the mail. It got smashed. The two delay coils here were kind of smushed down against the board, and let's see, well, this is the good one here. This is the one I have hooked up right here. Okay. It's double wrapped. Triple wrapped. It's kind of like one of these Christmas gift gags or birthday gags. You know, you get a package and a package and a package. Well, can't say it's not well protected, but in a soft pack like this, it can still get smashed. So, okay. All right. Yeah. Definitely got a little smashed, but ought to be able to straighten up. It's just these coils here got hard wires. They're soldered to the board and then they're soldered to the coil, and they kind of got smushed over here, and the only concern is going to be right there. It looks like it tore into the cover that was over the coil, and you can see the coil right there. And let's try it out. Powered up. Okay, looking good so far. Let it get to the Space Invaders. And if we got a blue background and other colors, that should do it. All right. We got red, we got green, we got blue. I think we can call that a success. All right. Well, we had a broken coil on the delay coil, and we also had a bad TBA 530 RGB matrix preamplifier IC. All right. Well, I like a happy ending. Now I'll be able to put this board back in my Gorf, and I'll still have this for my test rig. So eventually I want to go ahead and fix this test rig up and mount all these boards so it's all in one unit, and so I can easily move it around and won't have to constantly be hooking everything up and putting it together. So, and also in the future I want to wire up the joystick and buttons so we can go ahead and actually play the game like this. which will complete the test bench setup for the Gorf. All right, well, I guess that's going to end this video right here with another successful arcade fix. So this has just been another arcade fix. Have you had your arcade fix today?